I don't know any Greek mythology except for Percy Jackson. Actually, that's not quite true because I read the Odyssey in 9th grade English class and I hated it. So let me explain how much of the Odyssey I remember. There's this dude, Odysseus. He's been on a long sabbatical and Athena has this like thing for him, not like in a romantic way, in a cute snail you found on the sidewalk and want to make sure no one steps on kind of way. So she's like, I'll help you get home, but in the way that Dumbledore helps Harry destroy the Horcruxes, basically in the least helpful way possible that causes the maximum amount of emotional and physical damage. So he goes and beats a Cyclops with wordplay, which I only remember because of Percy Jackson. Oh, also that one Arthur episode where DW reenacts the Odyssey because cable was too expensive for my parents growing up and I was a PBS kid.
And a swirlpool named Scylla and Charybdis. Hey, you can't say whirlpool, but you can say those big names? Quiet, it's my story.
Odysseus goes home, he fights a lot of men, and he has this wife, Penelope, and she puts up with all these men harassing her in order to stay loyal to her husband, which I was told in English classes supposed to be kind of feminist. It doesn't feel that feminist, but it was written in like 1200, 400 AD? No, 1000 BC. 7th century BCE? So I'll let that slide. I think there are sheep involved. Anyway, I'll give it a 310. Actually, I'll add a bonus point for not being that other Greek story I had to read in high school, the one where the dude f***s his mother. So 410. But I was a theater kid, and I will now play a very embarrassing string of videos as proof of my theater kid career.
Follow me! Follow me! Gotta get back to Hogwarts.
So if anything can make me like the Odyssey, it will be a musical. So what is epic? That is a good question. One that this previously incomprehensible comment thread on one of my videos had me Googling. Okay, a 9-part series of concept albums taking inspiration from diverse sources, making use of various musical genres and narrative techniques derived from anime, video games, and theater. Huh? I feel like no Wikipedia article can fully explain this, so let's get listening.
10 years of war, they killed us slowly. But now we'll be the ones who slay. Think of your wives and what you live for, what you try for, what you wish for, what you fight for. What do you live for? What do you try for? What do you wish for? What do you fight for? Penelope.
Eliza! Sorry, it's giving me Hamilton vibes.
It's just an infant. It's just a boy.
A baby.
What sort of imminent threat does he pose that I cannot avoid?
Oh, he's gonna kill the baby. We're opening a musical with killing a baby? Well, that's Greek mythology for you, I guess.
Could raise him as my own, or send him far away from home. Make sure his past is never known. Don't make me do this. The blood on your hands is something you won't lose. All you can choose is who's.
Wow, that line. Well, I'm not being eased gently into this story. They're giving me a philosophical dilemma outright. If a baby was tied to a trolley track and you and everyone you loved was on the other side, that's too dark for me to think about. I'm not gonna. Okay, I'm moving on.
I think back to the sun. Close your eyes and spare yourself the view.
He's not gonna, the baby, right?
I'm just a man who's trying to go home. When does a comet become a meteor? When does a candle become a blaze? When does a man become a monster?
Oh, he did kill the... Sometimes I'm like, wow, I wish I could go on an epic voyage like Odysseus. And then I remember, I'm too scared to call and make a doctor's appointment, so I probably can't fight a Cyclops. But to be fair with a Cyclops, you fight it once and then you're done. With the doctors, you're calling a million places, half of them aren't in network, and then you tell your friend how you can't walk because your toes have been infected for 3 months, and they're like, please go see a doctor immediately. Not that this happened to me. My toes are fine. It's hypothetical. Anyway, That's when I found today's video sponsor, ZocDoc, and it made the whole process so much less stressful. ZocDoc is a free website where you can search and compare high-quality in-network doctors, so you can find one that feels right for you. You can find someone in-network and close to you, and no phone calls are needed, which I love. You can also read verified patient reviews and look through doctor profiles before you book. You can literally see the real appointment openings, pick a time that works, and just book it instantly, sometimes even for the same day. They have over 100,000 providers across nearly every specialty: mental health, dermatology, dental, if you're having issues with your toes. Plus, ZocDoc helps you get appointments fast, typically within just 24 to 72 hours of booking, and you can even score same-day appointments. So yeah, stop putting it off like I did. Stop waiting, stop guessing, and start getting the care you need. Go to ZocDoc.com/Michaela to find and instantly book a top-rated doctor today. Thank you so much to ZocDoc for sponsoring this video. Now, let's get back to it.
This life is amazing when you greet it with open arms.
I love qualities. Joy and optimism, yay!
Bleeding from the heart with open arms. Stay back. See? This life is amazing.
Aw, Polyphemus is such a vibe. He's gonna get them all dead, isn't he?
This life is amazing when you greet it with open arms. I see in your face there's so much guilt inside your heart. So why not replace it and light up the world? Here's how to start. Greet the world with open arms. You can relax, my friend.
They're for sure gonna die.
I had a challenge, a test of skill, a magic bar only the best could kill. One day a boy came for the thrill, a boy whose mind rivaled the bars on the wheel.
Let's go!
Brief pause to shout out this animation. This is amazing. Like, not just the talent of the art itself, but like the choices on how to depict the emotions and the environment is like mind-blowing. Animation is always so amazing because not only do you as an animator have to like have the imagination to come up with all the staging and the emotions and the angles and just like the creative ways to depict things, but you also have to then have the talent to draw it, to like execute what you created in your mind into the physical world. And it's so nice to have this visualization. And oh my God, the music, can we talk about the music? It's so unique. Like, it doesn't feel traditionally Broadway. Like, it has elements of Broadway, but of like, I'm getting like a Hamilton sort of sense. There's like pop. I don't know. I'm not musically inclined to have the vocabulary to describe it because it's so unique. There's really nothing that I can think of that's a direct comparison, which is a testament to how creative and original this music is, and also very catchy.
Don't be modest, I know you're a goddess, so let's be honest, you are Athena.
Athena, if you're looking for a mentor, I'll make sure your time's well spent.
Sounds like a plan, goddess and man, best as a friend.
We'll see where it ends.
Okay.
Oh, I already love the relationship between Athena and Odysseus. I'm sorry to Homer, like, no disrespect, but this is already much more compelling to me than the book characters. I'm a musical theater kid first and a book lover second. Okay, don't come for me. Cyclops is kind of a vibe, actually. He's like, you came into my house. You ate all of my food, man. What was that about? Oh, you brought wine? All right, I didn't know you're chill like that. Never mind, thanks. Oh, never mind. He's not chill. He's not a chill guy. He's not a chill dude. Forget what I said. Bro is not chill.
Great is your will to survive. 600 lives at stake. It's just one life to
The visual callback to the baby. Oh, that was so good. Oh no.
Journey's over. Push forward.
Enough.
Wait. No.
He's got a club!
No. Polyphemus, get up. Get up, Polyphemus, get up.
Get down!
You've heard me enough. 600 lives I'll take. 600 lives I'll break. You won't live through this day, now die.
Watch Epic. You'll love it so much. Do you guys hate me?
I was able to obtain Eleanor Shellstrop's file.
Is it actually a cactus?
I have the file.
You're sure? You have the file and not a cactus?
That is correct. I have Eleanor Shellstrop's file. I do not have a cactus.
Excellent. Please, give me the file.
Here you go.
When mercy is a skill more of this world could learn to use. My friend is dead, our foe is blind. The blood we shed, it never dries.
Wow, I'm starting to see a deeper theme of like mercy versus survival, I guess. This is a much more compelling version of Odysseus than I remember from the book, because like, as far as I remember, bro was kind of just like, so anyway, I just started blasting.
At least I know what I'm fighting for while you're fighting to be known. Since you claim you're so much wiser, why's your life spent all alone? You're alone!
Ooh.
One day you might understand, one day, but not today. For after all, you're just on this day.
Oh, I love a good musical callback. Oh, the Odyssey is actually like so suited to be a musical now that I think about it. Like, the I Want song kind of writes itself. Dude just really wants to go home.
I'm just a man who's trying to go home.
And it's a very epic, okay, sorry. It's a very epic sort of larger than life story, which is so suited for like the larger than lifestyle of musical theater. But who would pick up the Odyssey and think to be like, yeah, I'm gonna write this into a musical? I don't know, I guess someone picked up a biography of Alexander Hamilton and thought, you know what? I mean, Andrew Lloyd Webber wrote a musical about trains on roller skates, so. The minds of musical theater people never cease to amaze and frighten me.
What will we do when it tears us apart?
Where is this coming from, my friend?
I just don't want to see another life end. You're like the brother I could never do without.
Are these two? You know. Oh, he needs a wife he's very loyal to. Okay, sorry, I got caught up in the music for a second. It felt like pining to me. Eurylochus, on the other hand, pulling out that you're like a brother to me. I mean, I think I've seen this film before.
You're a brother, Cass. I want you to know that.
All you gotta do is not open this bag.
Sounds too easy, what's the catch?
Ha ha ha. Keep your friends close and your enemies closer. Never really know who you can trust. If they wanna get
This is a really upbeat song for the message to be like, trust no one.
Wake up, Odysseus, they're opening the bag. Wake up!
You guys had one job. It really do be your own friends sometimes.
You are the worst kind of good, 'cause you're not even great.
I don't know why I thought Poseidon was gonna be like a chill surfer dude, like in Percy Jackson. But he's not very chill.
The line between naivety and hopefulness is almost invisible.
The line between naivety and hopefulness is almost invisible. So close your heart, the world is dark, and ruthlessness is mercy. We're gonna talk about this theme later, because I feel like I just gotta sit and reflect on the absolute poetry of these lyrics for a little bit first, because wow.
What have you done? When does a ripple become a tidal wave? 43 left under your command. When does a man become...
The musical callback. I love musical callbacks. Oh, it's really sad right now, though. Oh.
Any last words? All I gotta do is open this bag. What?
No one told me this musical was also going to be funny, though. Because, like, I've always thought the Odyssey was super serious. Hold on, I gotta rewind. It was so good.
All I gotta do is open this bag. What? Captain, I have something that I must confess. Something that I must get off my chest.
He's in love, Your Honor. He's married, Eurylochus. You're gonna have to. You're gonna have to move on.
Because we are weak to a power like this. What was it? A woman. What? We have to go save them. No, we don't.
I mean, also because, like, why was Eurylochus the only one not to fall, like, under Circe's, like, not to actually go inside? You know, we know why. We know why.
Wouldn't you like to have some of the magic? Wouldn't you like your outcome preferred? Deep in the night, the fight can be tragic. I'll help you conquer her.
This is officially my favorite version of Hermes in any depiction. I'm sorry, Lin-Manuel Miranda's version of Hermes from the Percy Jackson TV series. This is, I can't, you can't compete with this guy.
You and I are now evenly matched. Our fates are intertwined, they're attached. I've got people to protect, friends I can't neglect. So now there is no turning back. You've made your one wrong move, now you're done for.
I love it when two, like, opposing or fighting characters sing the same line. So good.
Who's to say with the mistakes I've made that they will be the last mistakes I ever made?
Don't break when there is
Odysseus, no. Say no to this. No, say no to this.
I can't.
Oh, the Penelope
Back
music
at home,
in
my
the
wife who
background.
waits for me. She's my everything, my Penelope. And she's all my power, but it's been 12 long years, oh, 12 long years since I have seen my
Odysseus just, like, trauma dumping on Circe while she's trying to seduce him. I can't judge. I would do the same. So I just Googled it, and in the book, Odysseus, like, chills on Circe's island for a whole year. I like this Odysseus better. He is laser focused on returning home to his wife. Also, I love the portrayal of Circe as, like, acting out of a need to protect herself and to protect the other young woman in her care who from the men who come to the island. I feel like it goes back to that whole idea that was kind of has been recurring of kindness versus survival. But Circe, upon seeing Odysseus's genuine love for his wife, decides it's safe in that circumstance to lead with kindness. And I love that line, like, maybe showing one act of kindness leads to kinder souls down the road, and maybe one day we'll live in a world where we don't need to be ruthless to survive. I think that it's just such an interesting exploration of this theme. Okay, traumatizing musical callback.
Captain, why would you let the Cyclops live when ruthlessness is mercy? I keep thinking of the infant from that night. I keep thinking of the infant from that night.
This life is amazing when you greet it with open arms. Whatever we face, we'll be fine if we're leading from the heart. No matter the place, so we can light up the world. Here's how to start. Greet the world with open arms. Greet the world with open arms.
Mom?
my god. Watch Epic. You'll have a great time. You liars!
I see you on the brink of death. I see you try your final breath. I see a man who gets to me.
I was not prepared in any capacity for the music to be this good. This is a concept album? A concept album? Like, you're telling me this isn't a fully fleshed out Broadway cast recording? Need I remind you what the Hamilton demos sounded like?
I may not live to see our glory. I may not live to see our glory. I will gladly join.
What if I've been far too kind to foes, but a monster to ourselves? I became the monster and threw that guilt away. Would that make us stronger? Would it keep our foes at bay? Oh, ruthlessness is mercy upon ourselves. And deep down I know this well. I lost my best friend, I lost my mentor, my mom, 500 men gone. This can't go on, I must...
Wow, this feels like the culmination of this recurring theme of like ruthlessness versus mercy, you know, open arms versus survival. I think a lot of us can relate to this idea of like trauma making you feel making you into what you feel like is a monster, so you can protect yourself from further harm. Like, you know, like the world is going to hurt you, so you have to strike first to protect yourself and remain in control. Or not even strike first, but just like not live with kindness and open arms because you can be opening yourself up to harm. This idea that ruthlessness is mercy upon ourselves, it reminds me of that quote. What's his name? How do you pronounce his name? I don't know how to pronounce anything ever. He who fights with monsters might take care lest he thereby become a monster. And if you gaze for long into an abyss, the abyss gazes also into you. He put these ideas into song. Ow! He put these ideas into song and story format so well, like so well. And the power to take these complicated ideas and put them into a story and a song form in a way that can reach us emotionally and help think about them and process them is my favorite part of storytelling. And it was done so masterfully here. Oh, also I feel like this is Odysseus's no good deed. You know, my road of good intentions led where such roads always lead. Sure, I meant well, but look at what well meant did. I really need Wicked Part 2 right now. Anyway. I love the distorted Penelope to show that that's definitely not Penelope. This, like, I don't know, you'd call it like the stylizing, I don't know, of the music is just so clever and creative in this. I love it so much. I love how this musical will traumatize me and then one song later I am dancing.
Cut off their tails! We're ending this now! Throw their bodies back in the water.
Oh, and we're back to traumatizing.
I've got a secret I can no longer keep. Deep down,
You know that we are the same.
I opened the wind bag while you were asleep.
Okay, I thought the secret was going to be that he was in love. So I read all of those signs wrong. Okay. Yeah, okay. I'm just going to see myself out now.
We are the same, you and
I love this song ending with Odysseus and Scylla singing, "We are the same, you and I." Sort of Scylla being this representation of doing whatever it takes to survive and at the expense of anyone else, right? and this blurring of the line between man and monster, Scylla killing to survive just like Odysseus. When does a man become a monster? Oh, it's so good. Oh, it's so good. It is so good. No one... Whoa.
Don't make me fight you, brother. You know you'd have done the same. If you want all the power, you must carry all the blame.
Oh, I really read the signs wrong. Oh, I really read the signs wrong. Oh!
My brothers, why? How are we supposed to trust you now?
Musical callback, but at what cost?
The time has come to shut you down.
Or your crew.
Please don't make me do this. Don't make me do this.
Stop it! Stop it with the musical callbacks! Stop it with the emotionally traumatizing musical callbacks! I can't do it anymore.
Captain?
Oh my...
I have to see her.
But we'll die.
I know.
Alright, that was... You told me to watch this! You did! I'm not okay. On a slightly less traumatizing note, who is Zeus's singing voice? Okay, that is so smooth. In a world where ruthlessness is mercy upon ourselves, kindness is a sacrifice, right? It's a sacrifice of yourself to be kind. And Odysseus has finally decided not to do that anymore. Yet at the same time, there's also a great cost of ruthlessness and of foregoing mercy. And it's a cost to yourself and to who you are and the kind of world you want to live in. Anyway.
So then, give me sirens and a cyclops. Give me giants and a hydra. I know life and fate are scary, but I wanna be legendary.
Telemachus reminds me of Polides with like the greet the world with open arms mindset.
Now, let's try this again.
I've no respect for bullies, those who impose their will.
Athena being like, F him up, Telemachus. Where have you been, Athena, though? Like, lots of people were dying. People were eating cows and stuff. It was not a fun time. You could have done something about that instead of just swooping in and teaching kickboxing to a 12-year-old, but that's fine.
Maybe to fall is to learn one way. Maybe it's all.
And Athena having like a change of heart and wanting to help Telemachus because she feels guilty about Odysseus and there's like Telemachus's optimism and positive worldview is kind of getting to her. Oh.
Ruthlessness is mercy upon us. Song of fast romance. I see the
Oh my gosh. Oh, this musical rewind is so cool. I love musical rewinds. My favorite one is from the producers, If You Know, You Know.
Step 3, raise the money. Okay, intermission.
Tell me though, who's Penelope?
She's my wife.
Anyways, I've got
Oh my gosh. Okay, I've heard this sound all over TikTok and I did not know it was from this. That's so funny.
All I hear are screams.
I love you, my dear. I love our time here. Life would be so much
Just
worse
let
if
me
you
close
had
my
died. Please
eyes.
stay away from harm. Stay in my open arms.
That one line from Polides, why does that immediately trigger my tears every time?
He needs my help.
The Pleiades line, I feel like one of the besides it being sad because he was Odysseus's friend who died so early on in the journey. I think because of the theme of that song, it sort of reminds, or at least reminds me of, it's like Odysseus. It's almost like it's not just Pleiades that is the person that Odysseus lost. It's like who he used to be. He used to who he was before he had his no good deed thing, and he's like, I will just be a monster then if that's, you know, how I have to survive. And it's sort of a musical callback to like who Odysseus could have been, who he used to be, and I think that's what makes it even sadder and more like, oh man. So I'm listening to God Games, and shout out to all the actors / singers who played these roles, because they gave each god, each like character, such a distinct voice with such, here especially in this song, with such few lines. Like just the delivery alone really gives each god their unique personality, and it's so good.
He's got the mind of a genius. Try harder. He's pretty skilled with words. You can do better than that. He's kind of funny.
Never once has he cheated on his wife.
Release him.
Show her I'm the judgment call, the one who makes the kingdom fall. Is she dead?
I can't take it. I can't take one more musical callback. I can't do it. I'm not strong enough.
Please let him go. Alone for 100 years, I had no friends but the sky and sun. So when you washed ashore, I thought for sure that you were my dream come true. I thought I knew.
I love how much depth they gave these characters, because like obviously Calypso was wrong for literally holding Odysseus against his will on the island with her. Like a hostage situation is not a forgivable act, but you can also see how she has been alone since she was a child, and like it genuinely doesn't understand why it's wrong. And I think it's also another example of the theme of ruthlessness is mercy upon ourselves, right? Like she kept Odysseus there for her own survival and her own needs at his expense, and in this case we see Odysseus's point of view, him being on the receiving end of that ruthlessness, of the cost of that choice. Also, why are the saddest songs the most catchy?
It's gonna be dangerous, my friend. You need a mindset change for this. You cannot get away with playing safe for this. You wanna get home, but it all...
I love Hermes just dropping like the best track and then piecing out for a whole another act. Iconic. No, wait, he was so close. What now? Just let him go home.
Get the water. You tired, Poseidon? It's been 10 years. How long will this go? We're both hurting from losses, so why not leave this here and just go home? I can't. Maybe you could learn to forgive. No. Ruthlessness is mercy upon ourselves.
Odysseus really said, bro, let it go. Valid, because like you're a god who's been beefing with some random mortal man for 10 years because he stopped one cyclops. Like, go to therapy instead. Damn. It's a really interesting face-off between these two worldviews here. Odysseus tries to get Poseidon to break the cycle of violence and revenge and to forgive instead. And it's like, for a second I thought, oh, this is the point in the musical where everyone comes together and learns to get along and be nice and compassionate. But he's like, nah, what if I kill you instead? What do you do when you try to break that cycle of violence, but your enemy refuses? Is there any other choice then at that point but ruthlessness? How do you remain compassionate and still survive in a world where everyone else is choosing ruthlessness? I think the musical is raising these really, really, really important questions.
All of the pain that I've been through, haven't I suffered enough? You didn't stop when I begged you, told me to close my heart. You said the world was dark. Didn't you say that ruthlessness is mercy upon all? All right. Please. After everything you've done, how will you sleep at night? Next to my wife.
That was a pretty good comeback. That was pretty good. That was a good one. That was a good one. I'm not gonna lie. That was a good one. Okay. I think it was such an interesting and good choice to have Odysseus have to give in to this ruthlessness in order to get home, rather than have this like less realistic, idealistic ending where Poseidon agrees that everybody should be kind and compassionate, and then they hug, and then they both go home, and it's great. I think there's a place for stories like that. But in this case, this isn't, to me, this doesn't feel like an exploration of what the world should be. It's an exploration of what the world is like and what we lose in trying to survive in it. And so I think we needed that to happen versus the like version where Poseidon's like, let's hug and forget about it. That's the version that happened in my head.
I'll be here buying you time.
I love that we get to see Penelope's point of view here and her wit and like how she used her cleverness to survive. I just love that she got that voice and that song in this story. So that last song was very difficult to listen to, which is a testament to how good Jorge, who wrote it, is at creating very like visceral lyrics. I do think it was necessary to show just how evil the suitors are, because I know what happens next is Odysseus comes in and kills everyone, and I think there needed to be justification for Odysseus coming in and killing them, because the point, I feel the point isn't that Odysseus now has just become this bloodthirsty monster who's just out to kill. The point is that he had to take on this ends justify the means worldview in order to survive. So unless there's like a valid justification for him killing all the suitors, I think it would kind of take away from that idea. So I understand the need to show just how evil the suitors are and how evil what they were about to do if Odysseus wasn't going to kill them all was. But yeah, that song was definitely hard to watch, and I don't think I want to listen to it ever again.
Got him. Mercy. Mercy. My mercy's long since drowned. It died to bring me home.
What is so amazing is they were able to create this sort of like musical ambiance, like, I don't know, like soundscape that conveys all the action and emotion. So like, even if you're not watching these sort of animations people have created, you still have a very clear sense of what's happening in the scene, even without like having the visual details, which is, I think, is really, really impressive.
I can only wonder what your world has been, things you've had to suffer, and the strength you hold within. All I've ever wanted was to reunite with my own. 20 years we've wandered, but today you're not alone. You were never one for hellos.
I can't help but wonder what this world could be if we all held each other with a bit more empathy. I can't help but feel like I led you astray. What if there's a world where we don't have to live this way?
If that world exists, it's far away from here. It's one I'll have to miss, for it's far beyond my years.
I have so many things, thoughts about this. But I'm almost done. So let me just finish it and then I will talk.
There's a girl I have to see. The only way to move it is to cut it from its roots.
Only my husband knew that, so I guess that makes him you.
Penelope.
I will fall in love with you over and over again. I don't care how or when, no matter how long it's been, you're mine. Don't tell me you're not the same person. You're always my husband, and I've been waiting.
Penelope. Penelope.
You're telling me this guy wrote this in his college dorm room? What can we do to get this to Broadway? What is within our power to do? I need it. I kind of thought this was just going to be the Odyssey but with songs, and instead I got this like interesting exploration of greeting the world with open arms versus ruthlessness is mercy upon ourselves, kindness and selflessness versus self-preservation and survival. And, be careful when you fight monsters that you do not become one of them. How do we even begin to create a world where we hold each other with kindness and empathy when there is so much ruthlessness out there? Does one act of kindness lead to kinder souls down the road? Or in this world, does it just get you killed as it did Polyphemus? And this is such a human experience, like Odysseus originally believing in the power of kindness and goodness to, sort of suffering all the bad in life and forced to make impossible choices, and then taking on ruthlessness as a means of self-preservation and coming out the other end, realizing that he is just a man who doesn't have the power to make the world as a whole a kinder place. How do you continue to be kind in a world that punishes kindness? Yes, like Poseidon says, mercy has a price. But at the same time, there's also this cycle of violence and revenge that if you don't break, if you don't decide to use mercy and kindness, that will also lead to more violence down the line. And I love that this whole musical comes together in that last exchange between Athena and Odysseus. She says, I can't help but wonder what this world could be if we all held each other with a bit more empathy. And Odysseus answers that world is far beyond his years. But it's a hopeful ending. It's a hopeful message because we see, along the way Athena's mind has been changed. And there's hope that maybe one day that world could exist, even if we don't see it in our lifetimes. But we all have to individually choose to hold each other with more empathy in order to create that world someday. I want to see this on stage. Can we is this going to, where are we in the process of getting this to be made into a musical? Someone who's a Broadway producer out there, come pick this up. Come on. Thanks to everyone who told me to watch this despite all the emotional damage. Let me know, your thoughts on this musical, or if you haven't listened to it, go listen to it. Go get the emotional damage that I have suffered through. But seriously, any Broadway producers out there, I will sell you my firstborn child.